opening scene had me locked in. Bad pun. Hello, welcome to Just My Thoughts. I'm your host, Khaleel Ward. On this episode, I'll be talking about the Netflix show Locke and Key. I looked it up. I know it's based on a comic book series. Never read the comics, so if things are different in the show, let me know in the comments below. But the show follows the Locke family, and after the death of Rendell Locke, the family moves from Seattle, I believe, to Massachusetts to the Locke family home. And it follows the family. Bodie's the youngest one. Kinsley is the sister, and Tyler's the oldest brother. The mom is also there, and their uncle is there as well. He comes back and forth from Boston. And when the kids get there, everybody knows who they are already. They know about the tragedy, which is strange because it happened across the United States. And some people gravitate to them, like they want to hang out with them, or they feel sympathy for them. And it's like the whole town knows them, even though they just got there, and this is their first time visiting there because the father moved them away from the family home because stuff happened. And like I said, the opening scene of the show, just like this guy gets a call and he's like, they tell him Rendell Locke is dead. And he goes, I know what I must do. And I'm like, all right, he's about to do something. And he stabs himself with a key and blows up. And I was like, whoa, okay. Wasn't expecting that. And early on, Bodie, he finds this well, and this person is talking to him. And of course, nobody believes him because he's the youngest brother. And they're like, oh, you're just hearing things or whatever. And he finds the first key. The key is like whispering to him. He finds the first key. And he goes back to the person in the well, and the person in the well is telling him about, different keys. And that's when he starts hearing them. And he finds this anywhere key, which if you open a door, you can go anywhere that you've been before. And he starts using it. He goes like to the ice cream shop. And then he finds another key called, I can't remember the name. They all have different names because they do different things. But this key, when you unlock something in the mirror, it like brings out a darker side of you, and it entices you to go into the mirror. And anyway, the person in the well tricks Bodie into giving them the anywhere key, and the person just bounces, like leaves Bodie, and Bodie has to save his mom who went into the mirror. And then that's when he brings in his brother and sister because they didn't believe him before. And at times it reminded me of Lost in Space, when Will found the robot. And he was like doing his own thing. And then like eventually he had to bring his family into everything because the robot was his thing, but then he needed the help of his family. And Bodhi seems the same way. He's interesting. And I like when the kids in shows are like interesting, smart, not too annoying. And Bodhi is not really annoying. He's being a kid in a house where he didn't have to go to school at first. And he's finding these different keys. He's trying to understand what they're doing. And he told his sister, she didn't believe him. Told the brother didn't believe him because they have their own thing going on. And then as they start finding more keys and they understand the situation, things are happening in town. Because the person that took the anywhere key, Dodge, she's trying to get all the keys. And she's killing people left and right. The people in the town are a little shady because there's a backstory to what happened at the Locke family mansion. And the family starts to learn more about their father. The mom, she's a little off at times. Turns out she was an alcoholic, and she stopped drinking for like 6 years. And that messed with her memory. Like, it's good that she stopped drinking, but she doesn't remember stuff. Even going into the mirror, she doesn't remember. She's like, oh yeah, magic. Oh yeah, okay, sure, whatever. And it's throwing the kids off. And it seems like when she drinks, then she keeps her memory. So it's like a gift and a curse of, do you want your mom to remember these things, or do you want her not to be alcoholic? Tyler, he's popular when he first gets there because he plays hockey. He's on a hockey team. People, he's a jock. And eventually he comes into his own because it's a girl he likes. He has to protect his family. He's the man of the house, and he has to do what's right for the family. Kinsey, she's one of the annoying ones, like one of those annoying characters where you're like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? She gets the head key, which is you can unlock your what's inside your head. And you can go in there and you can put in information, you can take out information. And she does something which makes her very unlikable for a few episodes because she just starts doing a lot of reckless things that puts everybody in danger around her. And I think it's a consensus people didn't really like Kinsey at first. I like the fact that the family comes together when bad things happen. They rally around each other. They really have each other's back. They get a lot of the different keys. They understand the mechanics of it, and they try to save the family. Essentially, I thought the show was very entertaining. The magic aspect of it was cool. Dodge as a bad guy was very interesting, and I don't want to like spoil a whole bunch of things, but the Dodge character I loved when she was on screen. It was a lot of different things going on. She knew a lot about the keys and what they could do, and she was essentially looking for the Omega key to open the black door. And that's all I'll say about that. The secondary characters in the town, um, they were okay. This one lady in particular, she was hiding something, and she was a little shady because she knew about the keys but didn't want to talk about it. And it was just a very interesting show from beginning to the end. Like the last two episodes were just fantastic, kept me on the edge of my seat. I can't wait for season two. And the way the last episode played out, it it excites you. It will keep your attention the entire way, and you will be like, oh wow, I did not expect that. Again, never read the comics, so I was locked in, like I said. Sorry. But it's called Lock and Key. It's on Netflix. I hope you guys check it out. It's a really, really cool, magical fantasy type show with not annoying kids. So check it out. Let me know what you think. Thank you for listening. Deuces.